Hey, how you doing? Pat here. Bet you're wondering what I mean by I'm deleting my BMW. If you want to figure out what I'm talking about, stick around and stay tuned, and I'll explain it right after this.
Hey, how you doing? Pat here. Do you want to go from this to this? Well, stick around, stay tuned, and I'll show you what I did. Okay, the first thing we really need to do is get rid of the GPS. Then we need to get rid of the adapter plate for the Zumo XT. And now we got to get rid of these 4 bolts and the whole assembly will come off. Turns out this is a T20 bolt. You have 4 of them. There are nuts on the back side you will have to capture, so be careful of that. I didn't realize they weren't self-contained. I dropped the very first one. There's also washers under this head right here that can sometimes be a pain to get out, so be careful of that. As you see here, I'm trying to get the washer to pop out finally so I don't lose it. There it goes. And as I take this bolt out, you see I've got my finger over the nut so it can't fall off. Then I just thread it in from the back side, and that helps me grab it and not lose it. Once all 4 bolts are out and the back plate comes off, the whole assembly is just free to hang by the wire. And as soon as you move the wire, it falls apart because you couldn't get it apart before. I tried to film getting the or cutting the wires, but I just couldn't do it. It was too dark and too difficult. But here I am starting to test fit the new RAM mount for the tablet. I discovered it'd be easier to go ahead and put the bracket on with the bolts in it like that, then go ahead and grab the mount with my custom adapter I made there. Anyway, that piece of aluminum, something I did, and then I can finally get the bolts to start. The black adapter there is by a website called Moto Pumps. I thought I was buying an aluminum adapter. Turns out it's just plastic. Odds are this isn't going to work for what I'm doing. I just don't believe it's going to be robust enough. I'll probably end up building my own aluminum adapter to replace this. This would have been easier had I taken the windshield off. It would have made life a little simpler to tighten these bolts up, but I may do. While I was adjusting the bracket to get centered, I noticed while I have it in this orientation that the lever there would actually hit the windshield and it wasn't going to work right, so on to plan B. Okay, after that little trial and error, I had to spin the whole bracket 180 degrees, so the lever is now on my left hand side. Figured I'd just turn the bike on real quick just so you can see what I see here. Yeah, it's not blocking near as much of the TFT as what my camera mount makes it look like. That's just because I'm using a head mount, and it's not a perfect what my eyes see from my angle kind of view, unfortunately. But here I am turning the tablet on just to see what it looks like here in the mount. I think that's going to be one negative of this system, since this tablet holder isn't specifically designed for this tablet. It does want to become crooked a little bit off and on. But there you see it's booted up, and I've got a tablet now to use as anything I want. The battery on this tablet lasts a good long time, but if I need to, the USB-C is on the right hand side of the tablet, and I've also got that USB mount there, so I can plug it in and charge it if I need to. Alright, have to test the handlebars to see what hits. My camera mount there on the right did hit, and now my clutch reservoir is hitting the handle on the tablet mount. I'm gonna have to do something about that. Odds are I'm gonna cut it off here in the very near future. I wrapped the old connector up in a plastic bag, zip-tied it closed to protect it from the weather, and I just shoved it back into the hole where it was originally located to keep it protected.
Right now, this is one of my very first rides with the tablet on the motorcycle, and I am still experimenting with it and learning about it. The reason I did that was twofold. One, to save weight. Yeah, I know you're saying that's bigger than my Zumo, but here's the thing. I carry that as a way to update. Well, no, I wouldn't say update, but maybe, transfer all my video files while I'm on tour to an external hard drive. And so it's kind of a data hub for me, and I just wanted to eliminate one thing if I can. So If I can get this to work as a really good GPS as well as everything else I use it for, then hey, it's a little bit of savings I'm going to have on weight. One of the things I'm experimenting with right now is the Kalimoto app to see how well it's going to work as a GPS. What I've noticed right now, the first time really using it, is unlike a normal GPS. It is not keeping me perfectly tracked in the center, but I'm not using it to navigate right this minute or record my ride right this minute. It's just kind of a static display, so maybe there's something about that I have to learn. Look for a Kalimoto review later on this summer, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like about it and whether I'm going to keep paying for it or not. Another cool fact about this tablet is, with the 8-inch Pro, it is completely waterproof, at least for what I'm going to do here on the bike. Now, you can't go diving with it, obviously, and if you want to know the complete specs, I will put something down in the description below, a link to their website, so you can go check it all out and see for yourself what it can and can't do. It is supposed to be glove friendly. Well, I've yet to find any gloves that it will work with. What I have had to do is, if you see here on my index finger, I've got this little pad I taped on. It's a conductive pad I bought off Amazon, and I will leave a link in the description below for those. And just fair warning, some of my links are now affiliate links, so just so you're aware ahead of time. But anyway, as you can see, my middle finger is not doesn't have that tape on it. And every now and then it will respond, but 99.9% of the time you can see it's doing nothing. So, but if I use that, it works just fine. And I have emailed the company about it. No, it's touch sensitive unless your gloves are too thick or something to that degree. Well, I don't own a pair of motorcycle gloves that will work on this touch screen. So I bought those little stickers, and so far, so good. They've been working really good.
Okay, here's the finished product. I did have to cut this lever off, like I said earlier. No big deal. It still works just fine. I can still use it to lock when I want to. This isn't going to be the best view looking through the windshield, but I did get it mounted. What I had to do is I had some old tire tube patch kit, and I used that rubber inside the clamp to get it to hold. I still don't think it's going to hold over time. I've got some other brackets coming, and we'll see what happens in the future. But for the first ride that I just did, that you just watched, it held okay. I mean, it doesn't hit even when I lower it all the way, but boy, it's close. But with the weight in it, I think we're going to be okay. So far, I haven't seen any problems with it.
Alright, I hope you got something out of that video. If you would, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, mash that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell for notifications. And hey, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it greatly.